Alright, Don't Dust here. We're gonna jump in to get some comic snipes right now. Let's see how the market is. And we're gonna go in to get two to three snipes so I can show you guys how I do it. So right now what I'm doing is I'm doing a double swipe to refresh, and I'm just focusing, looking at the serial number. In the moment I see a nice serial number, I click on it just so I can get a head start onto entering the page, and then from there, usually while it's loading, I can see the price, and if the price is not at the price I like, then I can just back out quickly. The way I back out is I have these little three bars down here, as you guys can see, and I press it, and the one to the far right, just by swiping it up, I can go back quickly. So while we're in here, we're looking for basically sub 10,000s for 30,000 edition series. Let me see if we can find one. It's always hard doing a live video, trying to record and going for the snipe, because there can be times where we don't see a good flip for 10-20 minutes at a time. Maybe it would be better we do a live stream of this someday, huh? That'd be kind of cool. Comment down below if that's something you guys would like. Me scheduling a time to do a live stream to snipe the market. Not sure how my phone will be able to handle all that with the internet and stuff like that. See, so right there, it was a very nice cereal, so I clicked on it early, but at price 39, I knew immediately that the price is too high to flip. So it's about 9 gems too high for me to be flipping that baby right there. It's not a bad price. Oops. So about 8 gems difference, a little bit too high still. 105.35. Any second now, we're gonna get one. That's a good price. Alright, got one. So we bought that at the floor, as y'all can see there. And what we're gonna do is that we're gonna simply times it by 1.2 to get the premium up for this one. So the math for that, I'll do in my head. So 35, so plus 7, so about $7 more, so 42. So 42. So it should be about a 4 gem increase after making that sale. So basically my thought process is basically for the cost of 34 gem, I can increase it by 4. So that's over 10% increase from that initial investment. And usually with a flip like this, it could take anywhere from with less than 24 hours to 2 weeks. What I notice is that commons and uncommons tend to be a lot more liquid, and they flip a lot quicker in comparative to rares. And the higher you go up in rarity, it takes even longer for it to flip. So rare, it can take anywhere for about a week. Ultra rare, week and a half, 2 weeks, and secret rare, I can pick 2 weeks plus sometimes. Is what I'm noticing, you know. So that's just one that we flipped so far. So with those small flips, even though it's only a 4 gem increase, over time we will build up a massive portfolio of gems. Because if we jump in here, I didn't make that much sales today yet. Only made 3, but I made a ton of purchases. As you can see here, not too much sales. And usually, typically what happens is that I make a bunch of purchases, I go to sleep, I make a bunch of sales, as you can see. Repeat the process. Yep, repeat it again. So here, bunch of purchases. Yep, bunch of sales here. bunch of sales there, bunch of purchase there. So typically follow some form of cycle is typically what I do when I'm trading and stuff like that. There's a lot of sales and a lot of purchase. A lot of sales, a lot of purchase. You know, depending on time of day. For some reason, I make a lot of my sales when I'm literally asleep. And most of my purchase is when I'm awake. Because, you know, haven't figured out quite the way to buy veve NFT while I'm still sleeping, you know. I'll figure it out one day. Just being silly. Let's see if I can get one more snipe in here before we. Ooh, that's not a bad price. So you saw there, basically it's about 2 gems, a little bit too high, but given the way that comics been moving the past couple of days, that would not be a bad buy. But me following my plan and strategy, I only buy at the floor, maybe 50 cents away from it at most. And the reason for that is if you buy something at the floor and it's a premium cereal, even though it takes a dip, you're able to sell it within the next day or two at a break even, or if at the very worst, maybe you would only lose like 50 gems or like $1 or something like that from that trade. So that's the perk of that. And let's see, we can get one more in. Show you guys how I snipe. So right now, how I feel is the market isn't as competitive right now, because with the one that I sniped earlier, if the market is a little bit busier, there's more snipers out there. That reaction time would have been definitely too slow for me to cop that. This one's not a bad buy, 50 cents off, or so, but we'll stick with it. We'll stick with it. The plan, only buying the floor right now, because we have quite a few comics that hasn't quite sold yet. So we'll be a little patient with our purchases. Continue to be picky with it. All right. So literally, what I'm doing is once I go into the page, I scroll down real quick, and right here, you see the floor price where I just clicked, and then you can just compare the buy it now price with the floor price real quick. And usually, you have like literally just a quick glance when you get in, and you have to make that decision real quick. Cool. Yeah, market doesn't seem too busy right now. So we'll sell this just we'll say it's at 32. What's 0.2 that? So plus 7 pretty much. So 30 39. So selling at 39 for purchase cost at 31. So we should make about 450 in gems. Not a bad swing. So that's still about a 10% increase from that purchase. So that's what I like about flipping multiple quantities of comic books and things like that, is because all these small moves, they definitely do add up. So my thought is, if I were to invest in one of these NFT, a premium one, if I can increase it by 5 to 10% with that continuous growth, we will compound our money up real quick. And I'll be honest, like with these new comics that have been coming out in the past couple days, I'm a bit scared, like trading them. And the reason why I'm scared trading them is because the price is a lot higher than I thought it would be. Because typically, when a comic book would drop, the commons would be around 15 20 gems only. But these been sitting at like 25 30 gem plus for some odd reason. And then for the special edition serials, unless I price it really low, people aren't really scooping it up as fast as some of the other flips that I'm making. But but the beauty about that is that with anything within the app, even though you bought at a high, with time the price will recover and it will reach a new all-time high. So if you do end up flipping an item and purchasing it way higher than you know, then like and then all of a sudden it decides to dip or something like that, then the strategy to be would be to hodl, hold on to it, and it will come back. I learned that the hard way with crypto back in like 2015, 2016. Forgot which year it was. But basically, what happened was that my brother and I, we came in around at the all time high, like basically, and then from there, like Bitcoin had a major correction, and then altcoins had an even major correction, and we had to sit on all those altcoins for about 3 to 4 years before it recovered. But it recovered. Ooh, that was a good Deadpool for 203 up there. So another tip is keep your focus to one category at a time. So when I'm flipping comic books, I'm only looking at comic books. Because if you're trying to look at the collectibles as well, your attention will 100% be diverged, and yeah, you need you need every single brain power you can to make that quick decision, and you want to take as much distraction as you can out of that. That's a great price if it was lower cereal. And usually what I like to do when I'm sniping is that I like to set a timer for about 10-15 minutes. And in the situation that I don't secure anything during that 10-15 minute time, I do take a break or do something else, because otherwise it gets pretty stressful. But in a situation that I do have a lot of luck, then I just keep on going. Just keep on trucking. Whose name is that? Is that Ad One again? It's this guy flips a lot. Nope, it's not. Might not be a bad price. This has been going up past couple of days. All right, let's see if I can get one more. One more for the fans. I think I only have 2 subscribers right now, but I'm doing for you guys out there. Just trying to have fun. I'm honestly doing this a lot more for me than it is for anyone else. Creating content has always been something I want to do, and quite frank, I'm a loner, so I don't really. I do have friends and stuff like that, but you know, I like being by myself. But being by myself does drive me crazy, so it does help when I can talk to some internet friends and stuff like that. What's up, internet friends? Alright, one more snipe. One more snipe. Nope. I guess because it's Spider Man, that's why they're performing so well, the comic book covers. Because everybody loves Spider Man. Alright. 38 So one thing I'm noticing is comic books is slowing down a little bit in regards to how many is pumping out right now, new listing. So usually that's a sign to take a break or something like that. But that's also the time where I get a lot of good snipes as well, because that's when people likely starts quitting and stopping, because they're like, nothing is showing up anymore. So I'm demoralized now, and I'm gonna stop. And that's when I keep going, and at some point I keep getting nothing, and I just get pissed off at myself, and that's when I have to take a break. So it's actually pretty good to stop before then. Alright. So I'm telling myself now 2 more refresh. If it's nothing, we're gonna stop. That's 1 refresh there. Nothing good there. Waiting for a second refresh. That's a second refresh there. Didn't count it because we missed it a little bit. Re-enter in. That's a beautiful cereal, but definitely way too high in price.